Happy Friday. We feel a bit chilled right now. We've both got a tea and a coffee. We just thought we'd take a bit of a breather and discuss what we're going to discuss today on this podcast.
I like this one.
We really love this one, actually. So today we're going to be talking about karma.
Karma. I wanted to say something, but we can't do it. Well, Karma is.
Well, yeah, no, so what it is another saying for it is what goes around comes around,
yes.
Isn't it, really? So
Karma, laws of, doesn't it come from the Buddhist?
Yeah, it does. It comes from the Buddhist religion. So it's what you put in, you get back. And it's also to do with all the yin and yang as well.
Love it. The good, the bad.
The good, the bad. And we talked about that on our podcast a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yes.
You have to have the light with the dark.
Yes, you do.
So karma, we was actually reading up about it this morning, wasn't we? And we was like, wow, it is so true.
It all lies in with the law of attraction as well, which all brings our podcast together.
It does. So what we was talking about is there's two types of karma, and there was an example we read, wasn't there?
Do you want to read it to our listeners? Do you want to get your little textbook
out? Oh, I couldn't find the page. I couldn't find the page earlier, but basically I know exactly what you said. So it's like, say you're looking after a grandparent or you're caring for someone, but in your mindset, this is like the worst case scenario. Your mindset is, I know they're going to pop off and I'll be getting a bit of inheritance.
So the only way I'm looking after them is to get something for me at the end of it.
But however, on the other side of it, everyone's going to you, oh my God, you're doing such an amazing thing, like, well done.
Like a selfless task.
A selfless task. You're getting really good feedback for it. So in your mind's eye, you're thinking, I'm doing something really good. But in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, when this person pops off, I'm going to get some inheritance.
So there's always an ulterior motive.
So there's an ulterior motive. That's when the universe does not work for you. So, and this is what it was really like pointing out to us, because whatever you put out there has to come from a good place in your heart, and then you'll get back. And I really do believe it. I believe in karma so much. I believe in your life. Like, you know, we're not all angels. We've all done like silly stuff or bad, you know, we told the old white lie in our past before to our parents, and we always get found out.
I think if it's if it's more intentional, so even in relationships, if you're going to get stung or anything, if someone's only dating you for certain reasons or to get a growth path or to become famous, or that's when the cycle hits back, because you're not doing something from the goodness of your heart. You've got an ulterior motive, and
you're not serving the universe, and you're not serving from a good place, like a good place in your heart. So
what is truly selfless though?
What is true?
What a task. So
I mean, I think giving, but not expecting something back.
Yes. So when you're not, you know, like, you're not buying loads of Christmas presents to receive loads back. You're not giving to receive or giving to charity. Yeah. You know, when people give to charity, but if I ever give to charity, I always tick the box that says I'm known, I don't want to be known. But I suppose if someone gave £50,000, they want to be known that they're doing that good deed. So you could really question this one, though.
You really could, actually. And now I get what you mean, because actually you could be giving all that money to charity, but you could be doing it for number one, tax efficiency. Tax efficiency, but you also could be doing it for your ego. So I think when you don't have any of that stuff in place, like your ego, everything else, I think that's when it initially comes from a good place.
Yeah.
I mean, I've actually experimented with karma stuff, like trying, you know, things. And
have you?
Well, actually, I always think the performing arts school runs really well.
Yes.
I do think, and it's really weird. It's like, you know, in your paths, you're meant to do something. Yeah. Like, I always feel like if, say, a teacher leaves, like, I'd go into panic mode and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to find another teacher for this class. Literally, like a week later, I'll get a random email from a teacher sending their CV, and and like it always just works out.
Yeah.
Really weirdly.
I always think as well, like, you know, when you leave jobs, you should always try and leave them on good terms.
Yeah, definitely. I do always think that, because you never know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah, I mean, sometimes in life, not everything happens in good terms, but I think the nicer part that you can leave on, the nicer stamp you can leave wherever you go, you'll be remembered for that.
Yes.
And I do even believe, like, even with the school and stuff, I've given loads out to like children with like who were undergoing cancer treatment, and children who we've paid for their training. And for me, the nice thing for me about that is it's giving them an opportunity that they might not have been able to have. And there's not a lot of performing arts schools that will do that, because number one, they may be thinking, oh, it's a big risk for us, and number two, they're thinking,
are they getting anything out
are
of
they
it,
getting anything out of it? But for
Yeah.
me, it's a different fulfillment. Like, and we also, I shouldn't really be talking about this on this podcast, but also giving other stuff to other children who don't have parents.
Yes.
You know, and like for me and you, when we see the gratefulness behind someone, that just melts our heart, doesn't it? I think it's our family background as well.
I think,
like, where our nan was that very family orientated person.
Definitely. That's why material. Look, don't get me wrong. I want the big house. I want it. I want all the ambitions that most people want. But you do question sometimes, what is it all for? But diamond rings, jewellery, inheritance, all that sort of thing doesn't bother me, because I just think what you give out, you get back anyway.
Sometimes it's in different ways. And even the success of the school, thinking I lost it after COVID and stuff, even just the success of it running and the support I get from even like my family, you guys, teachers, that for me is good karma. Do you know what I mean? I feel happy that we're all happy in one place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do feel like the things that we do give out within the school, I feel like good things do come back.
Like, people go, oh, they're going to get hit by karma. You know, like if you split up with someone or they're being really horrible. I think when you intentionally say that, though, it stops it from working, because karma is never intentional. It just happens. It goes around in that circle. And I've always thought the biggest form of, not revenge, but to make yourself better is success. So whenever I've had a messy breakup, I've always thrown myself into work and thought, well, there's no point in being bitter about anything or karma or anything like that. Just get on and concentrate on you. You remain to be a good person, and you keep giving back. Yeah. Because I remember once
put your energy in a good place.
In a good place.
Yeah.
I said to Mum at school, when school can be quite harsh actually. Some of the girls, like when I first went there was quite a lot of bullying, and I used to say to her, but why is everybody being so unkind? Like, I'm not doing anything intentional or what. And she said, just remember to be you. And she said, because in this world you will always be rewarded for being kind and being nice, but don't worry what other people are doing. Just, as much as it's hurtful, just try not to focus on it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of stuck with me, actually.
Yeah, I do think that. I think kindness goes such a long way, and also manners. Like, I remember kindness and manners, but I remember
magic words, I call it to the kids.
Magic words. Yeah, what's the magic word? Because it is magic. It can do something to you. When you hear a child like have amazing manners and you hand them stuff and they go, thank you. Like, for me, that is just like, oh, okay. Like, it's so nice. It's them in that moment knowing a magic word is something that you're grateful for.
Yeah.
And I think it's remembering, for them to remember that word shows your gratefulness.
Yeah. There's too much sort of freedom on cheap stuff going around that they don't. Because you used to say, that's why everyone used to say a prayer before they ate, so they could bless the food and appreciate that somebody had been out there working for it, or an animal had been killed to eat it. So you always appreciated everything you ate, you did.
Yeah.
Blessed it.
Yeah,
it's all kind of been forgotten a little bit.
It has. I do think that, and for me, like, manners is such a big thing, and also
really
you can
I
really notice it, and I think because also I drum it into my owners so much, because I notice it from teaching kids so much on other kids, like I notice it, but I want her to be like grateful.
Yeah.
Because in this life, no one is entitled to anything. You come in this world with nothing and you leave with nothing. No one is entitled to anything. Iona's not entitled to a toy when she walks into a shop, and I don't want her to ever walk into a shop and think, that's mine. Yeah. You're not entitled to that. You either have to work hard for that.
Yeah.
Or or do you know what I mean? And if I do decide to buy it, then I want her to show her appreciation and gratefulness for it, because I've worked an hour to pay for that toy. Do you know what I mean?
When you put it into that perspective, when people go, it's only £20, it's only £30, that's an hour's pay.
Yeah.
Or
but I do think even just showing your gratefulness is another source of karma.
Yes.
Because I do feel that, if you do show your gratefulness, people want to give more. And it is like, if I give a bag of clothes to someone, for example, baby clothes, and they're really grateful for it, and they would message me and say, thank you so much.
Yes.
I want to give them more.
I know.
I want to pack the next bag and be ready to give them more. And that is the karma you're putting out there, that gratefulness, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I do think it is like, what you put out, you get back.
Oh, I strongly agree. I mean, if you look at some people that sometimes are going through a lot of crap as well, and you're like, they wonder why things keep happening to them, and you think, well, it's a specific example I'm thinking of here. So say like if people, I don't know, like being aggressive or anything like that, you'll notice that they'll have a lot of things in their life at that time that are going wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they're in a negative energy field.
They're
in a negative energy field, and they can't get themselves out of it, and the only way they do is to blame everybody else.
Yes.
And I think that is, when you're in that, it's best to keep away from people like that, because they're only going to bring you down, number one, but also you have to clear your energy from being around someone like that and protect yourself, because it's very hard for someone to get out of that until they really realise that they're in it.
It's actually, they're called energy suckers. And like when we've had a
energy
WhatsApp,
vampires. That's what we said the other day, wasn't it, on our other podcast.
I found this, when you have like a group of WhatsApp, get one person to moan. I remember when I was doing Botox and I was doing all beauty bridal makeup, and I created a group for something, and it just took one person to set off and moan. The other group, and it was like a herd mentality, and then everybody had problems with something, whereas...
By the way, you wasn't doing the Botox.
No, I wasn't doing the
You
Botox.
just actually put a group together.
I put a group together to organise it.
To organise it. So Pacey's not a Botox woman, but we will be having someone who does do Botox on one of our podcasts.
We're going to get her on. I did bridal makeup and hair and beauty, and I was just organising some bits for my brides. But yeah, and it was. I thought I'm never doing a group WhatsApp again.
No, but it's that sheep mentality as well.
But it's harder when someone's being positive for people to follow.
Yeah.
But it's very easy for people to follow the negativity.
Yeah.
That's why I suppose, like with the council.
If I do normally see that, I never say nursery groups and things like that. I never would ever jump on the bandwagon and feed that person more negativity or feed that adrenaline that they're going through.
Facebook groups. Do you remember one?
Oh my gosh, to be honest, I do actually love reading them.
I mean, because
it's like EastEnders,
pretty good engagement, and then everyone fires off about this company, and you're like, my God, like I wonder if those people would say that to their face to face.
Definitely not. Behind a screen, it's like easy, isn't it? It's easy.
Do you know what that reminds me? Do you remember when we had those coaches? Was it during COVID? Yeah,
we did. Yeah, we went through a whole coaching.
So we were really trying to improve ourselves, and coaching online was really big at the time.
And really expensive as well.
And there was a lady that endorsed it who was very big on Instagram, and we followed, and then we were recommended, but we got stung a bit, didn't we?
We did get stung.
Luckily, I got a lot of my money back. I think we got in before everybody. I don't know if everybody did get their money back.
One person started to get money back. Me and Paisley were on the journey, and I think I said to Paisley, because actually I was due to have Iona at the time, so I was due to have a baby.
Said to you, ask for a refund quick because I think we're getting scammed.
Yeah, and also it's going to be a big eruption because people are clocking on.
Everyone's going to clock on. It's going to erode.
And literally just after we got
our
some
refunds,
of our money back, and most of the
refunds.
refunds.
I was charged £500 a session, right, for him just to talk shit. Excuse my language, but it was just talking. And I was like, when are we getting to the structure of what we're coaching, we're learning? And so that was a big bit of a mistake. But
you know what? You live and you learn. You do things in life. But karma did hit them. It did, because they scammed, and you should have saw the herd of people coming back at them.
Yeah, but you know what
they had to take themselves off social media.
No, they blocked everybody because they didn't want to deal with. I don't know what.
But they got court cases.
They did have court cases. Yeah. But that was a true learning lesson and we were quite savvy. We did the research on them. They were endorsed by someone. But I think everybody was asked about front as well. I think some really big celebrities and big people were actually asked about. I don't know whether they got their money back.
Well, they did all court cases and everything. So I think they really got
that
got
for
it
me.
Back.
And their life was all show as well. It was all about
the Rolex watch and all
definitely.
of that stuff. But anyway, look,
that's
we
another
live
story.
And we learn.
So let's see what's happened there. But my point was about karma. That was not done that was done with a bad heart.
And also every human race, I think, were very vulnerable in COVID. And
everyone was searching for something.
Everyone was searching for something because we were all so lost. I can put my hands up and say I was absolutely lost. I was pregnant at the time. I lost the business. The business was completely shut down. I was like, what am I going to do?
Some of the girls on there, though, that we on the group, they were like, please don't everybody beat themselves up, because the fact that we went for those risks shows that we were like entrepreneurial. We wanted to improve ourselves. So don't take the fact that you were scammed to be a negative thing. You know, we all wanted to improve ourselves, and that's why we went for those coaches.
Yeah, because we saw something and we thought, we could relate to that and we can grow in this way. And we were all very vulnerable at the time, and I think COVID
trust.
Yeah, and I think that was when the karma came from a really wrong place for them, because they knew that people were vulnerable in COVID.
Yeah.
People were searching for something, but they wasn't delivering the right thing.
And they also used someone on their platform to get to where they needed to be. It was a bit of a...
It was horrible, really, when you think of it.
I
was
my partner, I was like, I think I've been scammed. And, he was like, don't worry about it. But...
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But equally, that was people's hard-earned money, and from what I took out of it, actually,
but some people invested like £50,000.
Yeah, up front. Some of those people though have gone on to do good things. They did. I'm not saying that they didn't do bad things. They did do some good things with some good people. But personally, for me, what I invested and got out of it, well, I got there myself anyway.
Yeah, I think you have to just do it yourself. I think you cannot have someone... I mean, you can have people that aid your journey.
I remember one thing I said to him, though. I said, he said, if you're going to do why don't you do coaching? And I said, well, I do property. I don't really want to do coaching. But he was like, well, come up with an idea if you're going to do coaching. And I was like, well, what about women empowerment? You know what he said to me? That's been done so many times before. That's so boring. Why don't you pick another thing? So I actually picked another thing, and he's like, actually, that's a really good name. But here we are now.
Women empowerment. I know. But do you know, in life, you never know, like, something that you do in life will always...
I think there's a reason we did that. I really do.
Yeah. And actually, you needed a man to tell you that women empowerment is like that, because now you're like, F you, mate, I'm talking about women empowerment right now, right this moment. We are burnt out mama and we are working hard for our families. So yeah, I think just everything happens in life.
Do you know what? I think coaching's good and it does give you confidence, but if you know who you are inside, deep inside, you can do it for yourself.
Oh my God,
just believe in yourself.
Yeah, I mean, all that information is like online anyway. It's just having that.
Not poo-pooing coaches, but make sure that they're accredited and they've got.
I mean, we've got friends who are phenomenal coaches.
They've done exams, but there was no structure to our lessons at all.
Oh no! Well, we learned the hard way. We got scammed. Like, luckily, we got a bit of money back. But some people didn't get any of their money back, and they had to go through court cases. So we were lucky at the time. I mean, we didn't invest as much as what them people.
No.
We just did what we could afford at the time.
Yeah.
And at the time, I wasn't like working, so it was literally like not a lot of my money. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
so
no one knew where the world was going at that point. It was all
no
going
one
online.
did.
It was only online.
No, we are going to have one podcast on conspiracies, because we were like talking really in depth about conspiracies this morning.
Yeah.
So we will, and we'd like love you guys to like feedback on what we say and things. But yeah, so going from that, it's like put your energy into good things that make you feel good. Number one, if it is for your ego, then yeah, we all want to have a good ego. We all want to know that we're a good, kind person. That is your ego. But as long as you're not expecting anything back, then that is the thing, isn't it? And I think a lot of things as well is like Christmas, like, is a really big time for people, because it's when people feel most depressed, because they maybe expect stuff. And they think, oh, I've done all of this for people and I'm now, got nothing. Do you know what I mean? And I think you have to try and eliminate that out of your head, and just, any presents that you give to someone, don't expect back. And I just think, don't give a present if you're going to get annoyed that someone hasn't brought you back. Just don't give it at all, because then you're not going to be feeling let down, number one, and you're not going to have them thoughts that go through your head.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think just don't do it at all. If you know you're gonna feel vulnerable like
Christmas.
that, I know, don't. No, I'm not
it's such a stressful time for people already.
I know. But I think even in life, whatever you do, and this is another thing, like in work, people who put themselves out or get to the job 15 minutes early. For me, this is people who I've worked with in the past, and I always think I will do exactly that, because so where I'm going with this is, them people go the extra mile.
Yeah.
They do not get forgetting in my head.
Even people that we've worked with.
Oh my gosh.
We've chosen the ones that go
the extra mile, and we're not expecting it all the time. But then people who put themselves out, and this is another thing of karma, because I want to give back, because they've done something in their mindset which has not been intentional, to be like, okay, I'm going to get there early, or I'm going to go that extra mile so I get this job. Just a genuine want to help. And
what's in it for them?
And this is when it is really noticed. And this is the whole thing of that universe thing of the universe will not react to you if you think, what's in it for me? Like, you have to do it from intentionally
just keep going,
good place, and just keep going. Oh my god, I can't even say that enough. Just keep going. And even my next door neighbour,
just keep going.
My next door neighbour just this morning was like, Isla, just keep going. She was like, one day, she's like, you really keep getting towards the end. One day a door will open. And it's like, I'm not like expecting it, but I just am putting all the energy I can good out there for hopefully one day. But it
is hard, because I think what we're doing with this podcast is quite selfless. We're not getting paid for it. We've not
got any brand deals.
No brand deals. Anything. It's all our hard-earned money, but we strongly believe that we want to lift women's vibrations, mums' vibrations, give them a little bit of hope, that there's more out there than just, there's more support if you need it, and just a feel-good community that people can plug into every Friday, have a little listen to us, or whatever guests that we can get on, and the end goal is kind of there. We know where
we know where we want to go, and we want to raise people's energy. But what we're doing now is completely selfless, because I mean, we love
a lot of time, a lot of energy.
I know, a lot of time, a lot of energy,
editing, all sorts.
Editing. We are paying people to help us market stuff.
But we know what it's for, and we've got our end goal.
Yeah, we have, and you know, it has been
have
hard
belief
graft.
in yourself.
But what we put out, you get back.
Hopefully, yes.
Maybe in a year, 2 years, a few months, who knows? But
it will.
yeah, you always think like it will. But yeah, even that thing. So just from now, guys, just think of, just go that extra mile for people. But don't give your energy to people who don't deserve it. I will say that, because if you're giving a lot of energy and expecting back from that person, give your energy to good people.
Yeah.
Because it's not, I'm not saying, right, go and put all the bins out for all the good people in the street. Do you know what I mean? Don't do that. But if you're in a job and they treat you really well, go that extra mile, because it won't be forgotten. Like, I never forget, and that is one thing, and that's why I love elephants, because elephants never forget, and they're very family orientated, and it is my spirit animal, an elephant, and they never forget. And I do think it always sticks with me, and I always, if I can't help someone in that point in time, another point in time when I can help someone, I will, and I really will put my neck on the line to help that person. If I know that they've put themselves out for me during that time, I will at some point. And that is the whole circle of karma.
Circle of life.
Circle of life.
This reminds me of that film Mustafa that's just come out.
Oh my God, guys, you have to watch it. It's so good. It's
Circle of Life.
Try and watch it from a spiritual aspect, because
teamwork,
we loved
community,
it.
isn't it? One person
Yeah.
with a twig on its own will burn. But if you've got a whole forest, it will burn as a fire. So you need a whole group of people sometimes to get you through things.
Yeah. Oh my! I was trying.
That was kind of the analogy.
I was trying to remember that saying, and I was trying to tell someone it the other day, and I was getting it all wrong. And I was like,
that wasn't
if
the
you
exact
hold
one,
it,
but it was
if
like,
you hold a twig, and I was trying to say it, I was like, if you hold
start
a
a fire, it would burn a forest down, or something like that. Anyway.
But no, I love it, and also it has like a lot of like meditation stuff with the monkey in it, and it was just so good. And he was, guys, you have to watch it. And it's like, it's not time for, like, do you remember when he went in the water and he pulled the fish out?
Yeah.
And he said, I'm asking the fish if I can go in this water. This is not mine.
Yeah.
This is the fish's water.
Yeah.
And I've now asked the fish for permission for me to swim in it. And I was like, do you know what? It was so,
like, if you stop,
so
listen,
lovely.
don't talk, just listen. Try and listen to your gut instinct, your senses. Then you'll feel things, you'll see things.
It was, I just loved it. From a spiritual aspect.
It was great.
Watching it, I loved
My kids,
it.
they didn't quite get it. But
No,
I thought it was
children
great.
don't get it. But from an adult point of view, I just thought it was really lovely to watch, and really nice signs in it.
On that note, if you're
go and watch
struggling
it.
to stay, go and watch. Is it Mufasa?
Mufasa, yeah, the extended Lion King. And go and put good things out there, because you plant a seed and it will grow. So you plant good energy out there and it will come back.
Otherwise it will come back as a weed.
Yeah, it will come back as a weed. And that is the universe telling you. All right, thanks guys. Have a lovely Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. If you're loving the show, don't forget to download our latest episodes. It helps us a ton by boosting the show and making sure more people find us.
Plus, you can listen anytime, anywhere, even offline.
And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Spotify so you never miss a new drop.
Want even more behind the scenes content? Follow us on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok at Burnout Mummas, one word, for exclusive clips, updates and fun extras.
Hit that follow button, send us a message, and let's keep the Burnout Mummas community going.